My journey to Libya. I never planned to leave Nigeria. My life in Benin City was tough but manageable. I worked as a barber during the day and sold roasted corn at night. But when Mama fell sick and hospital bills started piling up, I felt like the walls were closing in on me. That's when I met Uche. Uche was one of those boys who seemed to have it all figured out. He drove a clean car, wore flashy clothes, and had money to throw around. One evening, he sat by my corn stand and said, "Osoro, you dey suffer too much. You no fit hustle better money for this country. Why not try Libya?" I laughed. Libya? To do what? Osoro, you no go understand. Plenty boys don't make am. From Libya, you fit cross enter Europe. See me, I don't come back, but I still get plans to go again. Just try 'em. At first, I didn't take him seriously. But when Momo's condition worsened, and the doctors demanded more money, I began to think about his words. One night, I called Uche and said, "Bro, how I fit take join this Libya hustle?" The journey begins. 2 weeks later, I was standing at the park in Benin City, holding a small bag of clothes and a pocket full of hope. Uche had introduced me to a man named Alhaji Bello, who promised to arrange everything. Once you reach Agadez in Niger, no small thing remained, Bello assured me. The bus ride to Kano was long and dusty. From Kano, we crossed into Niger in an overcrowded truck. That's when I realized this journey was not going to be as smooth as Uche made it sound. The desert heat was unforgiving, and food and water were scarce. People began falling sick, and some didn't make it. But I pressed on, holding on to the promise of a better life. When we reached Agadez, I thought the worst was over. But that was just the beginning. We were crammed into another truck, this time heading deeper into the Sahara Desert. The driver warned us, "Hold on tight. If you fall, we no fit stop." The Sahara nightmare. The Sahara was like nothing I had ever seen. Endless stretches of sand, no trees, no shade, just the blazing sun. The truck broke down twice, and each time, we had to push it under the scorching heat. People started dying from thirst. One girl, barely 18, collapsed beside me and never got up. Her brother cried until he had no tears left. One night, as we rested by the truck, a group of armed men appeared out of nowhere. "Everybody down," one of them shouted. They were bandits. They took our money, phones, and anything valuable. When they left, they also took 3 girls from our group. Nobody could stop them. We just watched as they disappeared into the desert. Reaching Libya. After weeks of suffering, we finally reached Sova, a town in southern Libya. But instead of freedom, we were thrown into a camp run by traffickers. They said we had to pay more money before we could continue our journey to Tripoli. I told them I had no money left, but they didn't care. They beat us and locked us up like animals. In the camp, I met a man named Musa. He was a Nigerian too, from Delta State. He had been in the camp for 3 months, waiting for his family to send money. "Osoro, this place na hell," Musa told me. "If you get chance to run, run oh. These people no get pity." One night, we heard gunshots outside the camp. A rival gang was attacking. In the chaos, Musa and I escaped, running into the dark streets of Sova. We hid for days, surviving on scraps until we found a Nigerian woman who took us in. She warned us, "Libya no be place for black man. If you no careful, Them go sell you like goat. The sea or nothing. Despite everything, I still wanted to reach Europe. Musa and I worked as laborers, saving up for the boat trip across the Mediterranean. When we finally had enough, we paid a smuggler who promised to take us to Italy. The night we boarded the rubber dinghy, the sea was calm. There were over 100 of us on that small boat, crammed like sardines. As we drifted into the open sea, I started to pray. God, if you dey hear me, abeg carry us safely. But halfway through the journey, the boat started taking in water. People panicked, shouting and crying. Mothers held their children tightly. Musa grabbed my arm and said, "Osoro, this no be the end oh." We were lucky. A rescue ship arrived just in time, saving us from certain death. They took us to Italy, where we were placed in a refugee camp. Life in Europe was not the paradise I had imagined, but at least I was alive. Reflection. Now, as I sit in a small apartment in Naples, I think about everything I went through. The desert, the bandits, the traffickers, the sea. Was it worth it? I don't know. I send money home to Mama, who is now recovering, but I can't help but wonder if there was another way. My journey to Libya. A road paved with tears and blood. The desert swallowed our dreams. The sea almost took our souls. But we press on, for hope is stubborn. And survival is a fight we dare not lose.